give you his side,
I'll give you her side.
but together, there's only one side.
All pointing to the one source.
In the beginning,
This is the One Flesh Podcast.
On today's episode of the One Flesh Podcast, we are going to be doing a life update. We've had lots of changes in our lives, new things, surprises in our life. Yeah, we're going to get into all the things. Let's begin.
Welcome to the One Flesh Podcast. I'm your host, Richard A. Irvin.
And I'm your host, Deja A. Irvin.
And we're so happy to have y'all back. Yes, it's been a minute now. I know that y'all are excited for us to come back. And we got our first episode now. And this is our first episode of coming back for, I don't know, what season we on? Season 3, 2? I don't even know.
Something.
Yeah.
As y'all can see, we got a special guest in the house.
Yeah. So this is like an update for y'all. Yeah.
Yes. This episode is a life update because me and Richard had a whole child.
We
had a whole child.
Hey, Richard.
We had a little mini Richard. So
now,
on our last episode that we put out.
This is the first episode. Right?
No, I'm saying the last actual episode that was released.
Last season. Yeah.
Yes. Or I don't know. I guess what's the timeline of this gonna, depending on when this comes out.
This is the first episode. This will be the first episode.
I was pregnant and I had not announced it yet because it was very early in my pregnancy. And now, as you can see, pregnancy is over and the child is now here.
He's here. He's as of this recording he is 4 months old, and yeah. I mean, what else can we say about it? Do you want to talk about like our journey through that?
We can talk, I guess, a little bit about it.
Yeah.
I mean, one, it was a surprise, and a good surprise though.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a pretty mild pregnancy in comparison to other people's pregnancies.
Mm-hmm.
All the excitement and the nerves and the anxiousness, I had all of those feelings. But as far as my pregnancy, honestly, now that I've had him, it's a little bit of a blur. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to add to it. I think everyone, or I guess one thing I will share about it during that time of, being pregnant, everybody asks like, oh, are you excited? Are you ready? And honestly, it took me a while to actually like get on the excitement / ready train because I still had not really processed like, oh, I'm pregnant and I'm about to have a whole child. I think that was an element of it definitely. Did you feel that way? Like, it took you a while to process. Like, you understood, like, okay, we're pregnant, having a baby, but like, till it really hit you and sank in, like, whoa, we're pregnant and having a whole baby. Like, our family is beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my main thing was, maybe we could do a separate episode on that later on about like how your transition. Well, we could talk about that, I guess, now in this episode. But as far as like, I don't know. You want to talk about that now? Because we know we're going to do an episode on parenting, like a separate parenting episode. But I think individually, as far as for the process of that leading up to the pregnancy, I think it was a process for me as well. Because I was at that time going through learning about my emotions and like learning new things about like who I am as a person. I think that was perfect timing for like the baby coming in. Because I'd be able to actually understand myself and to actually ground myself and to be, out here farting, y'all. And to be actually present with him, I would say, you know what I'm saying? Because I think before that, it was hard for me to actually enjoy the moments, and actually really experience what is happening in the moment. Because I was so consumed with myself as far as my addiction-wise. I'll consume myself and consume with things around me, you know what I'm saying, as far as like evolve in ministry and evolve in other things like that. it was hard for me to do anything, you know what I'm saying, to really experience anything that I'm doing outside, as far as fatherhood, as far as ministry wise. It was hard for me to really experience that because I wasn't really seeking in my with my emotions, and I didn't process everything that was going on sometimes. So, yeah, that's a little update for me too as well.
I know I probably have asked you this 100 million times, but you say you've been working on your expressing your emotions and things like that. But how does it feel to be a dad? If you had to use word to describe it, because I know it's probably like an undescribable kind of feeling. But how would you describe it if you had to pick 3 words to describe how it feels to be a father? What words would you use?
I would say, me personally, I probably would say that I will. I don't know. It's hard. It's kind of hard to describe it because it's like a feeling like of something like newness, if you would say. It's like
That could,
the only
that could
thing.
be one of your words.
Yeah,
Newness.
newness. I think the only thing I could describe it to is not the same instance, but it kind of feel like a new beginning. Like it's not like, oh, I'm a dad now. It's like, okay, this is like a whole new start, a whole new beginning, new chapter, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I think the main thing is a whole new chapter. So when I go ahead and when I become a dad, I think it's like, yeah, like I said on regular trip, new chapter, new beginning, newness.
Okay,
And
I
newness
like
and
that.
newness a feeling?
New.
Yeah, everything new.
That's your theme song right now?
That's the only word I could. I don't know if it's a feeling. Let me know in the comment section if that's a feeling or not. But I feel newness,
Okay.
like even when you get saved, it's like a feeling of newness, like refreshing,
Mm-hmm.
a fresh start, something that's like, oh, this is a different feeling I never had before.
Okay.
But I like it. I enjoy it.
I think one of the we watched this podcast called Everything Is We. Shout out to Everything Is We. And they were talking to Victoria was talking about like when you become a mom, like you feel like you're having like almost like a new birth, like you're becoming a new person, almost like when you have a baby. And it's weird to describe it that way, but like once you experience it, like you kind of know exactly like what that means. Like when I had this little boy right here, it was rough, it was brutal, but literally like in the end it was like, wow, like I just birthed a whole person into the world. Like it changes you. It's like a life defining experience. So yeah, that's what I would say. If I had to pick 3 words to describe being a mom now, I would say joy. I would say exhaustion. And I would say thankful. Thankful. Yeah.
That's good. All right. All right. Let me go ahead and go on mine now. Let me go on mine now. And I would say 3 words. 3 words that would describe fatherhood. Well, newness is already the word I use. I'm gonna use newness. Even though I don't know the feeling, I'm gonna use newness. I say, what's the other word that describe it? Newness, patience, and I don't know the word. It's kind of hard for father, I think. What's the other way I can describe it that would sum up like the whole essence of it?
I would say love.
Yeah, I could say love. I could say love. I could say love. I think
Like a new level. I feel like you develop a new level of love when you become a parent. Like when it talks about in Corinthians, and I know this was supposed to be life update, not a parenting update, but when you become a parent, it really like I see like Corinthians 13 in a new light, where it talks about love is patient, love is kind, it doesn't like seek after
Wrongdoing.
I'm drawing a blank, wrongdoing. It doesn't keep account of wrongdoing. It endures all things. It bears all things. Like when I think about that in parenthood, like literally, that's like all the things that I feel like we've had to do since having the baby. So I would say maybe like a new level of love, new understanding, new revelation of deeper understanding of love.
Yeah. I think that's a good understanding of it. I think because it's new. It's newness. It's not like you just like uh yeah, everything you are expressing, you already have the feelings of what you already had the feelings, but it's like a new way to express those feelings. It's something that God has given you, if that makes sense. Like uh like for instance, example, if you have a car that's not like really new, but it's like semi new, but you got it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. It's you appreciate it, or somebody gave it to you, appreciate it. But if you get like a brand new car, and it's your car that you got for yourself or whatever, I think it's like you still appreciated what you had, but this appreciated now is like even more appreciative. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense, but I thought that's a good analogy. But yeah, like you express those feelings even more because now you like, oh, I could express this even more. I could experience it even differently. Like and it's still love, but it's a different kind of love. It's like God's love, but God's love is above all love. You know, He's the agape love. So in this instance of love, it's like you have a son, and now this love. I think even love is different from my love that I have for you too as well. I don't know how you describe that love. I never really studied the words of love.
Agape
Yeah,
love.
agape. I know agape.
That's like the love that God has
Yeah.
for us.
Uh-huh.
But I think you can use that to describe it as
The love
well,
for your kids.
like your love for your kids, because God is our
Mm.
Father, and now that you're a father,
Oh.
and your love for me obviously would not be agape love. I think that would be like eros, like romantic
Mm.
love.
Yeah, yeah. Eros is romantic love. Eros is romantic love. You think of that word
Sorry if I'm not
eros? It
talking
sounds like
right.
Cupid.
Yeah.
Eros. It kind of sounds like Cupid. It Eros. Eros is that Greek or Latin? Greek, right? Eros.
I think so.
Yeah, I think Eros was actually a love god or a love goddess. If I'm not mistaken. I don't know. It's not. You don't think so? I think I heard that before. Because the Greek mythology, the wording, sometimes like the words they use it to represent something, and then they also represent to a god because they have so many gods. But then that's in the Greek mythology. That's how Greek mythology. The word arrow they use that representing to their god is.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do an episode on that. Maybe
Of
we'll do an
different
episode
love?
on different love because we're already gonna do phases of love. That's a
that should be coming out soon.
couple
for y'all.
parts season
Yeah.
episode that we're gonna
A
do.
couple
So
of
maybe
episodes
we'll
ahead. Yeah,
talk about the different kinds of love.
different
and-
kinds of love. That's a
yeah.
good episode. I like that idea.
Um.
I'll research that now.
I don't know if I. It's kind of hard for me to figure out if I want to share what I want to share in this episode versus a parenting episode. So this is life update episode.
Yeah, I think
Um.
that's the gist of it. I think as far as any other life changes,
Life changes. I think probably one life change that I've experienced now with having the baby is I'm working in a different capacity.
I'm working
So
as much.
I'm home
Yeah.
a lot more, which actually I enjoy because I get to spend time with the baby and I get to be home and spend time with Richard. I get to cook more. I get to cook dinner more often than what I used to, freshen up my recipes. And also serving in leadership in a different
it's
capacity
different
at
capacity.
church.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I changed my roles in church as well too, and I'm learning more about recovery. I'm trying to do some more recovery stuff for myself personally, and also do some recovery stuff for people as well too, outside of myself. And I changed my YouTube channel up a little bit as well. The different like material I post on there. Got back into more of a apologetics, sharing the gospel to more people and different people, and learning more, uh, deeper, getting more deeper, new understanding of God's word. Uh, what else has been changing? Yeah, I think that's pretty
Yeah, I
much the
think
gist
that
of it.
pretty
Yeah.
sums up our life update.
Hmm.
So we gonna pray for us, y'all.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to be more consistent
Oh, that's the
with
day.
this thing.
I mean, as far as update for the podcast, we in a different area.
Yeah.
You see, we bring out to our living room. It's like I think the living room space. I was kind of hesitant at first about the living room space because like a lot of podcasts we listen to has the living room space. So don't say in the comments or think in your mind like they actually trying to do that living rooms like everybody else in the other couple podcasts. But I just like it. I don't care if people say no more. I just like it because it feels like home. Like you bring people into your home. Am I right? And then for those who are also listening, on the episode you probably now watching, and it's the first episode, we have an actual producer, you want to call it. His name is Nick. Maybe get like a Nick cam one day. It's gonna be a Nick cam on here. He actually the one that's switching the camera. So y'all see like my fingers like doing this and that. I'm like telling him to switch the camera. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, that's the change in our life as well too. We gotta try to do some more things with the podcast. We got multiple cameras. This is gonna be different from the first season, like the second season, because we didn't have multiple cameras. Now we got multiple cameras. Got 3 cameras right here. We holding a microphone. We trying to get the setup right. So the more and more we do things, it's like, yeah, I think we get better and better at what we do. But yeah, I mean, let us know what y'all think in the comment section about this setup. How do y'all like it and stuff like that?
Yes, please.
And then also this first episode, so y'all have time to comment down below some other topics you want to talk about for this season. I mean, we already have a list of topics we already recorded and also going to record. But you can add more, whatever you feel like y'all want us to talk about in the season. Let us know down below in the comment section. But yeah, anything else want to add to this?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's it for today, y'all. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And yeah, God bless you all. Peace.